and welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And our World Cup update with a sky blue tinge, of course, as we look at day 5 and, well, one game from day 4, but mainly day 5, and look forward to day 6 as match day 1 continues, of course. So join me as we look at all things World Cup and all things sky blue. Yes, some performances today. Nothing stand out, unfortunately, from our boys, but we'll talk about that as we go through it. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. Great to have you on board. Spread the word. And that little button there that says that comes up as a like or a thumbs up, whatever it is, you just push that for us, guys. It'd be great to. It's great to have views, of course it is, but it's nice to have your little appreciation as well. So it makes an old City fan very, very happy. Right, on to Wednesday's later kickoff. It was Group F, of course, with old KDB in action for Belgium. Not his greatest game, was it? I think he sort of started off where he finished. I think he started this one as he finished off for City, where a lot of stuff wasn't working, but the odd thing does, and that's how he's been playing, I think. Belgium 1, Canada 0, of course, the 7 p.m. kickoff at the Al Rayyan Stadium, Al Rayyan. Interestingly enough, a ref who actually once blew up 4 minutes early for a game back in the day. I don't think that'll happen this time, not with the new timekeeping anyway, that's for sure. After a bright start, Canada earned a penalty for a handball, but Courtois, most people are saying possibly the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. Who am I to argue? I mean, it wasn't the greatest penalty, but it was a good enough save. So, of course, Canada were unlucky there, but they continued to play very, very well, didn't show any fear at all, took the game totally to Belgium. The stats were quite impressive in their favour. And even KDB on his first real chance of passes passed to the wrong man when he, normally for City, even then you'd expect him to it's a sky blue shirt. Perhaps the red puts him off, I'm not too sure. And despite Canada being the better team, Belgium, as you'd think, take a lead, a half-time lead, 1-0. Batashayu, is it? Batashayu, however you pronounce that, puts Belgium ahead from just a basically punt from the defender at the back, and it's 1-0, undeserved, but that's football, isn't it? A better second half from Belgium, but Canada still played very, very well. And again, not really coming off for KDB, and he looked a little bit tired for the last 30 minutes. Strangely enough, he got the man of the match, but Kevin admitted himself it's probably because of his name rather than he had a good game. And I'd have to agree. I don't think he was the man of the match, and I thought by his own standards, no, it wasn't. No more goals, of course. Belgium squeaked through. Canada, sadly, just didn't have that little something in front of goal. They had enough chances. They couldn't put it in the old onion bag. So their search for a World Cup goal, they never scored a goal in the World Cup, but goes on. Right, on to Thursday, the 24th of November, and we go to Group G. Switzerland 1, Cameroon 0, with 10 a.m. kickoff with, of course, Akanji playing in this one at the Al Janoub Stadium, formerly known as Al Wakra Sports Club. Al Wakra. Yeah, early scare as on 14 minutes, Akanji sort of misjudges it around about the centre circle, and the guy breaks free, and obviously he does chase back, and he manages to do one of his we've seen him doing for City, and sometimes these do scare me a little bit, these little shoulder charges he does, and he did it in the box, and he got away with it, and he put the striker off, and the goalkeeper made a save. So he did make up for his error, but it was his error in the first place. Despite the Swiss having lots of possession, it's Cameroon's fast breaks that seem to be creating more problems, and they had the best chances, although it did stay 0-0 at half-time. Akanji again, we've not seen any evidence of any goal-scoring abilities at our place yet, has it? And he had a great chance from a corner that he headed wide just in injury time. He should have really hit the target with him. As I said, we've not seen any clue as to whether he's capable of scoring goals, and certainly not at City anyway. Embolo did though score just after the restart for Switzerland against the country of his birth. Yes, he was actually born in Cameroon, so which you get a lot of in this World Cup, I think, looking at the various games. Cameroon struggled more this half as Switzerland began to dominate, really, and Cameroon never really got into it and caused any real problems for the Swiss, although the Swiss did obviously fail to add another goal just to make it a bit more comfortable. Akanji, apart from the incidents I mentioned, a quietish game, I think, as a unit. I think the Swiss defence coped pretty much everything Cameroon threw at them. And as I say, Akanji was okay, but I didn't really notice him as much as perhaps 2 or 3 of the other defenders as well. So a quiet game. On to Group H, Uruguay 0, South Korea 0. What a disappointing game this was. This was at the Education City Stadium, Al Rayana. A bit of a snooze fest. I have to admit, guys, I did actually doze off at one stage. I was up at 2:00 this morning, but I did actually doze off for this one. A low-key start to the game. I think it was past 30 minutes when South Korea missed a great opportunity, and it was 43 minutes when Uruguay from a corner hit the post. But that was about it, really. A first half to forget, and sadly, not a lot changed in the second half of both teams. Cancelled each other out. I think Uruguay hit the woodwork again, but just to say they were peppering the goal is a bit much. And that proverbial 90 minutes or 99 minutes, if you include the injury time for the first half and second half, that's 99 minutes of our lives we won't get back. And I think I could have just had a snooze all the way through and felt much better for tonight because I'm up again tomorrow at 2:00 as well. But it wasn't good, was it? It was pretty awful. Uruguay and South Korea. Whether the tactics just stymied each other, just totally stunk each other out. So hopefully against different teams, we might see some better games. And hopefully better to come than that with our boys in the Portugal-Ghana. But again, a little bit of a mishmash from our fellas. I don't know what's going on. They're not quite at it, and I don't think if you went to perhaps that Brentford game's playing on the minds. I'm not too sure. But the 4 p.m. kickoff, Portugal-Ghana in the Group H. Of course, Cancelo, Bernardo and Diaz all started in this at the wonderful Stadium 974 in Ras Aboud in Doha. No African team had yet scored, so obviously Ghana will change that, won't they? Although it didn't work out too well for them. On the basis of that first half, I didn't think they would score though because they were pretty awful. Obviously, we're not saying Portugal were great, but Ghana just didn't offer anything at all. Bernardo was pulling some strings, some worked, some didn't. It was all right. I noticed him, which is more I can say for most of the second half, which I forgot he was playing at one stage. Ronaldo sort of poor finishing from him. Felix, something bad from him as well. So yeah, they huffed and puffed, but they didn't really do much, and it sort of went in at 0-0. Diaz was okay. Cancelo was. The commentators were saying he plays a lot better for City. I don't think he has been playing a lot better for City. I think this was a performance he's been putting in for us as well. It wasn't great. I think he did one okay ball into the box, but they weren't utilised in much. Most of the stuff come down the left anyway. More or less the same, no end product until the 65th minute as Penaldo himself scores from the spot after being adjudged to be fouled, which is fair enough. I mean, most people say he got his toe to the ball before the player got fouled him, but I wasn't sure. But obviously the VAR's not going to get involved because it's not a clear and obvious error. The ref gave the penalty, and under those circumstances it stands and he scored from the penalty spot. But finally we have an African team scoring. Yes, 72 minutes. AU, not the well-known one, the other one. After good work by Kudus, I think, and it's 1-1. Yeah, I think Diaz looks a bit lost out there. I don't know where Cancelo was. It wasn't his side anyway, so I can't blame him. I thought, but Diaz got sort of ball inside of him, so he couldn't quite get back to defend. And so this livens it up as Felix coolly slots home after being put through by some bloke. He looked familiar. I don't know, possibly a part-time cleaner where I work. I don't know. He did look familiar, but I can't place him. He put the ball through for Felix to slot home. On 80 minutes, Leo makes it 3, and I think that cleaner that assisted this one again, so I don't think we'll be seeing his slap-facing work tomorrow, that's for sure. So, yeah, Leo made it 3. Looked comfortable. It was all over, surely. Well, obviously, Bernardo went off, who, as I said, had a pretty quiet second half on 87 minutes. But see, you take City players off. It happened with Gundogan the other day, didn't it? You take a City player off, it all goes to pot. And Bukhari makes it 3-2 on 89 minutes, and with plus 9 minutes injury time, who knows? And Cancelo, obviously, during that goal, was being the defender we know he is, unfortunately. As I said, a bit not the greatest day for City players, in fairness. Fun and games on late on, yeah, as it's trundled to an end into the 99th minute. Costa, the keeper, sort of drops the ball. He hadn't noticed the Ghana guy was lurking behind him. He naturally gets to the ball, nicks it, but slips over, and obviously it fails to get it fails to get a shot on target. But it could have been 3-3. Absolutely should have seen old Penaldo's face. He wasn't very happy. That cleaner. I don't know what the cleaner was doing. I don't know where he was. Anyway, brave by Ghana, but he sort of made up for the rubbish first half. Perhaps if they played a bit better all the game, we might have seen a better game overall, and perhaps Ghana might have done something. But having said that, Portugal, yeah, okay, but certainly not perfect at the back. That's for sure. Certainly lots of problems there. On this basis, I can't see him go. Old Penaldo winning this World Cup, but hey, we'll see. And still to play tonight, of course, Group G, Brazil are playing Serbia, so I'm going to watch that in about 50 minutes as I'm recording this. And of course, I don't think Ederson will be playing. It'll of course be Alisson in goal at the Lusail Stadium in Lusail. That's on BBC One. And finally, match day two. It's all the first matches are finished now. So as we look for Friday, the 25th of November, we've got a 10 a.m. kickoff, Group B, Iran versus Wales. Obviously, Iran on no points, -4. Wales on 1 point. This is on the BBC at the Ahmad bin Ali Stadium at Al Rayyan. And Wales will probably hope to get maximum from this with England weighted in the last game, of course. So Wales will be... we'll start favourites and we'll be hoping to get that. At 1 p.m, we've got the Group A game between Qatar and Senegal. Qatar on no points, -2, and Senegal on no points, -2. So nothing between these two, so it might be a good game because they both want some points, don't they? This is on the BBC at the Al Thumama Stadium, Doha. So a good chance for one of them. Qatar will be hoping to get at least a point on the board as the hosts, of course, for this World Cup. But I think watching Senegal, they have to start favourites for this. On to the 4 p.m. game is a Group A game between the Netherlands and Ecuador. Netherlands on 3 points +2. Ecuador on 3 points +2. So again, nothing between the teams. This is on ITV at the Khalifa International Stadium, Doha. Netherlands will hope to qualify, I think, with a good win. I think they'll start favourites. Although I was reasonably impressed with Ecuador the other day. So you never know. You never know with that one. And the final game on the day, of course, 7 p.m, Group B, England versus the USA. England 3 points +4, USA 1 point, 0 goal difference. This is on ITV at the Al Bayt Stadium, Alcor. Of course, we don't want to repeat a 1950, guys. And yes, I wasn't there, so don't even start. And England, of course, will want to play Wales in the last game, perhaps with 6 points on the board, when it's so and give a few players a chance. So, all right, pride is at stake, but if England can win this, it will certainly help with that Wales game round the corner. USA, for themselves, probably would be happy with a draw. I mean, another win, it's unthinkable, isn't it? We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts on the World Cup so far. Let me know who you think. Now you've watched it, because obviously you've got to watch. You probably watched the Brazil game before you watched this. Now I watched it. Who do you fancy? Who do you fancy? At the moment, I don't know. I've not seen Brazil yet. I'll see Brazil. Spain are obviously impressed. I did say they've probably built up a head of steam as the tournament went on, but they've got to an okay start. But I think we'll know better after that Spain-Germany game, won't we? And I quite liked Argentina, even though they got absolutely done. I think there's more to come from Argentina as long as they win the next game, of course, which I think it's Mexico, isn't it? Which is a tough one, but yeah, well, I'll have a bit more and have a look at the odds when things are sort of firming up as far as the qualifying tables are concerned. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't want, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.